I saw the ad on the bulletin board at church for the direct support professional position, and I thought to myself, gee, this pays more than my job at Aeropostale. And so I went in for the job, and I got it. Now, they told me that our job was to support people with disabilities to live in their own homes and to have lives like everybody else. Not special needs lives, not handy-capable lives, but just lives, plain and simple. And I thought to myself, I can get behind that. And so they paired me up with this guy named Danny. Danny was 25 years old, and I was 20. I will be completely honest and vulnerable with you people. I was extremely intimidated by Danny's disability. He was short and small, maybe about half my size. He could not talk. He could not walk. The only way that he could communicate with people was via facial expression. I thought that I was going to break him. About 2 weeks into supporting him, I remember I brought in a DVD for us to watch. It was The Craft from the 90s. Y'all know that movie, right? And I remember asking his mom if it was okay for us to watch it because it was rated R. And she looked at me and she said, Danny is 25 years old. He can watch whatever he wants. And that was the day that I learned that I was ableist. So, from there, over time, I learned that Danny actually was not fragile at all. He was tough as nails, and he had his own opinions about things that were different from my opinions. He and I learned how to communicate via facial expression in a way that was almost telepathic, and I learned that he liked horror movies and punk music and margaritas. Yes, and so around this time, I was a student at Bellarmine University, and so sometimes we would go and hang out on campus, and that is where we met our friends Blake, Evelyn, and David. And we would hang out with them just about every week, and once all of us, except for Danny because he was already, once we turned 21, we decided we didn't want to hang out at school anymore. We were going to go to happy hour somewhere, so we started going to the Highland Taproom Grill. Now, they have a list of over 30 bourbons there, and as newly 21-year-olds, we were super excited about that. I knew better at that point than to ask Danny's parents' permission if we could go to the bar, but they were very quick to remind me that if everyone else was going for happy hour, then Danny should at least get to try some of the drinks that people were going to be having. So we went, and we became regulars. We became regulars so much so that the people at the Highland Taproom Grill saved the couch by the TV for us every single Monday. And those people grew from about 5 to 10. And those people got together, including me and Danny, every Monday for 4 years. It didn't matter what the weather was like. It did not matter if it was a holiday. We liked each other that much. And these people had grown so comfortable with him that they helped him out of the car, they helped him get to the couch, they helped him get a drink or food if he needed it, and we all just were there together. Over time, we actually helped Danny move into his parents' basement. We helped build an apartment down there with a walkout space so that he could have his own space. And once a month, he would throw these vinyl nights. And so all of us would come together, and we would drink beer and eat hummus, and we would listen to the Cars sing, I guess you're just what I needed, right? His parents would go on vacation without him, which was perfectly fine with him because he would go on vacation without them. He did not go to the same church as his parents did. He went to his own church, and he volunteered once a week at Actors Theater, keeping people from touching the props that were on the stage. I say all of this to say that Danny had a fairly normal life. It was not a special needs life. It was not a handy-capable life. It was a life that I got to be part of, and it looked just like mine did. Now, unfortunately, a few months after Danny's 30th birthday, he passed away. And the doctors thought that it was amazing that he had lasted that long, and I thought to myself, it's amazing what the body will do if there's a reason for it to keep going, you know? And I remember the day that he left us, I was at church, and this woman was asking me why I was so down, and I told her that my friend had died. And she said, he must have been an angel. And I thought to myself for a second, and then I said, you know what? No, He wasn't an angel. The reality is that people with disabilities are often categorized in non-human terms. Vegetable, animal, angel. And even though that last one is really good, it still strips people of their human dignity. And Danny and his parents and his friends and the people that supported him all worked so hard to help him obtain those valued social roles, and I wanted to affirm his struggle. And so I said no, like he was not an angel. And also, I think it's important to note that he was whole. A lot of people after he died would come up to me and they would say, he's whole now. And I thought to myself, like, he was never sickly. There was nothing wrong with him. He had a disability. He wasn't sick. Those are two very different things. And I don't know, and I will not pretend to know, what the afterlife is like, but I will tell you this. Danny was whole all along, and it was us that was broken because we didn't think that he was. Thank you.